Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a gorge, which is a simple, primitive wooden fishing hook. All this is one straight piece of wood with tapered ends. And what you're going to need for this is a knife, doesn't matter what kind of knife, as long as it'll cut things, wood, and a piece of wood about 2 inches or less in length, about ½ inch or less in diameter. And what you want to do basically is start by cutting the bottom, making the bottom flat. Kind of like this. Now I already have one I started on working on here. So basically what you want to do is from the middle you want to carve down and make those tapered ends. So the middle is going to be higher in the end. Now this is really, what the idea behind it is, it's not supposed to hook the fish's lip like commercial hooks. What happens is you put this inside the bait, and when the fish eats it, it's supposed to swallow the whole hook. That way, the shape of this doesn't let the hook come back out. And it's kind of like trying to put a square block on a circle hole. It's not going to work. And basically you're going to keep going from the middle and going down, making the ends shorter. Do a side to side, each side I mean. You can kind of see so far what I got here. The middle's higher, and these kind of branch down. It doesn't take that long, but if you're just starting this, it might take like an hour. But you know, like all things, it just takes time. These are really if you're in a survival situation and you need to catch fish, which isn't necessarily the greatest idea because you're not always going to catch anything. It can be tough, especially if you're trying to bass fish. I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you know what you're doing. Unless you have commercial hooks on you, use those. This isn't going to work as good. See, when it's done, it's going to look a lot smaller than this. Right now it's kind of rough. I got a couple I was working on, a couple I messed up on, a couple small ones. I would recommend making it no longer than an inch. In fact, if you make it about ½ inch or 5/8, that's great for catching bluegill, which is probably the easiest to catch, but not always the most filling. Oh damn. Anyways, I'm going to fast forward the video and show you what it looks like when it's almost done. Alright, I'm back. Now, you can definitely see it's a lot shorter than it was before. I actually switched knives. I use a more of a duller knife. It's my Gerber Flick. Great multi-tool, by the way. I do recommend buying one of these. But it almost seems like the more dull knives work better. I don't know why. I guess the more sharper knives rip away too much of the bark or the wood. But you can see how thin this got from last time I showed you. And this one's a bit long for catching fish, so I'm going to have to shorten it a little bit. But anyways, you just keep working around the ends. You kind of want it to be a point, but doesn't necessarily need to be sharp. So I kind of just go around in a semicircle pattern, not really carving the side, it's flat. See, I still got that flat end on there like I had before, like I was telling y'all before. And the middle is still a little bit higher, but not by much. Let's see if I can get this done real quick. See, it's starting to take shape there. Just don't want the ends that long. Oops. Couldn't break this little piece off right up here. Cut it off, whatever. probably about the right length, about an inch maybe smaller than this. Definitely smaller if you're trying to catch smaller fish, but if I was trying to catch bass or trout, an inch probably works just fine. If I can just get the shape. Let's see. Oops, oh fuck, cut myself. Anyways. And this would be good just use it as it is. I'm just fine-tuning it. Still trying to make it just a bit shorter. And that's about good for the size. Now I need to make it so the line will go in the middle and not slide off. So all you really need to do is just lightly carve out the middle so that you can put a fishing line, if you have it on you, wide enough to put a fishing line that you made by hand, clamps or whatever you decide to use, paracord strands. Well, there we go. A gorge, a finished gorge. The line goes right down the center right here. And you put this whole bait in a worm. And you know what wacky rigging is, I recommend doing that. But this will work just fine as it is, but if you have sandpaper, you can always just fine tune it, make the edges a little sharper. And you could also use it to make the grooves for the line a little bit more smoother. Anyways, that is a gorge.